4, 3, 2, 1. And we're live.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the SEO Jam, the weekly SEO Jam. We got the Lane train here. For those of you guys who don't know Lane, he's the founder of the Quantum Agency. And the Quantum Agency. And I just wanted to say that they're putting together, for those of you guys who haven't seen, like a smoking SEO white label deal. For those of you guys who are looking to have somebody in your corner to actually run campaigns, especially those of you guys who are more like me, where you'd rather just sell it and present it and talk about it, but you don't want to be in the corner, building links and doing all that stuff. They've got an awesome deal for you. Anyways, welcome back, my man. Let's talk location pages today.
Yeah, man. Good to be with you, Frankie. Good to be with everyone who's watching us live or who ends up watching the live replay. So Frankie, I guess you had a question from one of your group members about location pages in general.
And can I just say, personally, 10 years of doing SEO, location pages were, like this question, kind of the bane of my existence, because I never really knew what to say. And, I can remember, we were doing stuff in Baltimore and we were doing all these little suburbs. And I remember there was a suburb about Owings Mills, and I never knew how to say 27 different things about Owings Mills painter, for example. And I know you've got a really good formula on that, which I think is really, really important, is to have frameworks to be able to kind of, create those where they're always kind of the same, but they're always different. So we'd love to if you're down with it, to show some pages and break them down.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to give you one example. Let's go through one example and then just talk about it, because once you see one example, you've kind of seen them all here. So let me share my screen.
I mean, it's not just me, right, Lane? You find these really, really repetitive, because you're not just making one or two of these. You're making thousands and thousands of location pages, right?
Yeah. When you spread out across all the agencies and all their different campaigns, I mean, it's definitely a popular product. We actually sell that right here. You'll see it here on our website, because it's a pretty high demand and effective strategy to deploy for pretty much every local business, and that pretty much covers almost all agencies who are serving somewhat of a local business type of the only time this really doesn't come into play might be with e-com or something like that, but we, for $150, we create the page and the content and deploy it for you. In order for us to do to use the Google APIs that we include on the location pages, we have a WordPress site. It is specific for us to be able to do this thing. We can, and you or we or anyone can create their own location page without the APIs. These are powerful. I'll explain in the show. But
can we just talk about that framework?
What's that?
That framework you had there, it said local weather, local authority, points of interest, the local map, local neighborhood. That's a really powerful framework to make it interesting. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So this site is running these Google API optimized location pages that we've deployed for the site, and it ranks really well, right? And so this is actually. We built the site for Mobile Retail Doctor. We actually designed these pages to be both a PPC landing page and an optimized SEO location page.
So I like that there's a clear call to action.
Right there at the top, boom, book now. Here's receive a free quote. Number one question, right? Everyone asks how much it's going to cost. And so boom, right there, we can capture a lead. And then we have all the optimizations for local SEO below that. And so when you get into here, information about Lewisburg, here's your local weather. Here's this is all coming from Google and from the API. Things to do. Here's your points of interest. Click on it, takes you right out to the API, which is a localized point of interest that Google is looking at as an authority within that zip code or city, right? So we have all the POIs, and that's all just being brought in through the API. So obviously, you could go manually create this for every location page if you want, including add the content, build out the points of interest, with a link out to them or whatever. You have to go do the research, grab the links, So you could do this manually. There's no really inhibitions in that respect. And then it brings in reviews from the GBP listing as well. So you have all of this being brought in. So what is this, right? So this is helpful content.
Yeah.
Why is it helpful? Because it's specific to a city. Okay. Lewisburg, North Carolina. It's bringing in localized content. Like, what's the weather there? Where is Lewisburg? What about it? Like, what are the neighborhoods?
Yeah.
What are the
And I'll tell you,
do?
out of curiosity alone, that'll make somebody read it because they'll go, "Oh yeah, I know that place. I know that."
Yeah. And obviously, from a user perspective, it's like, oh, okay, well, these people obviously know something about Lewisburg. They've got very specific content about Lewisburg, and even giving me some helpful content about the city. The algorithm does like this. If we let me just
and can I say, like, the algorithm's designed to like try and mimic real people, and real people like it. The algorithm's not perfectly replicating a human, but like it's trying to sell clicks, and it's impossible to do that if people don't like the websites they show them.
2-page 1 rankings right here, running off of that specific page that we were just looking at. Okay.
Yeah.
Right here. That page is ranking right here. It's the same page, right? So if we go, let me see if you can see me in incognito. Can you see this incognito screen?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not signed in. Number 1, number 3, same results, right? Just making sure that people can see, like, well, that wasn't a manipulated result. Even though I was signed in, it's still the same result in incognito and all that. And this is me showing Google that I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So if
can I also say that, like, for somebody like scrolling the Google search results, if they see you twice there, that makes you more of an authority than if they see you once.
Absolutely, especially the way that one is, where you got it. Now here it's number 2 and number 1 here. When I show that, so I told Google, no, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. Now I'm doing that same search, showing that I'm in more of the local area. And now this is number 2, and this is still number 1 page. So again, these pages that were created 2018, probably 2019, maybe. So they've gone through all the core updates, right? That struck down a lot of domains who had 50 location city pages, right? This one happens to have like 12 or whatever it is, but they a lot of those sites got hit hard that had duplicate content on location pages, and so that would be the big no right now. Okay, like if you're looking at doing this yourself, number 1, do not just throw up duplicate content here. This is duplicate content. Okay, so I'm telling you, don't do it, even though this has remained. We haven't changed these pages because they're ranking well. But I would make this more unique content in terms of the actual content that you write. Obviously, the FAQs, those should be customized and unique. There can be some crossover there. And then obviously the custom location information with points of interest, neighborhoods, weather, whatever. Like, go ahead and you can recreate those, because that's not going to, that's good. Where I'm talking about duplicate content is kind of here in the FAQs and above here. And in here. That was all duplicate content. The reason, I don't have any, like, I couldn't tell you, like, Google's not telling me why are these pages ranking still and doing well, even though through many core updates, a lot of the location page types of sites got whacked because of those, specifically because of those location pages with a bunch of duplicate content on it.
Yeah.
The reason my inference, or insight into why these pages are still ranking really well and the domain didn't get whacked through those core updates when a lot of others did, is because of this API information that's coming in that does truly make all of this page unique unto itself, as compared to any of these other pages, which have their own unique information about Rollsville here, right? So, so while there is duplicate content here that we wrote and then duplicated across all of these different location pages, the unique content that we have is making each of these pages still 100% unique, but that's just being pulled in through the API so that we don't have to do it manually. And so that's all included, in our optimized location service page. If, agencies, and we just had an agency buy one yesterday, right? So, And usually we add 3 to 5 to maybe maximum of 10 on a site, when we onboard a new SEO campaign.
Yeah.
And yes, we did just launch this quantum SEO product. We launched it last Thursday officially. I actually had to raise the price from $247 to $277 a month. I had to make some deliverable changes. I had a little extra labor that we calculated that we were kind of missing from the website stuff. So $30 a month went up. It wasn't a lot. But this is an insane product and solution for agencies. It's a white label SEO product. So this product can be sold for, I wouldn't sell it for anything less than $497 a month. Right now, if you went to price this out under our white label SEO to get, what's in here, all the detail of what's included. It's really kind of a 12-month plan. I built it to be able to sell it as a 12-month plan, because then agencies can go, hey, we've got a whole 12-month strategy here. This isn't like a just kind of, month by month, we're winging it here. We've got a 12-month strategy we execute in the first phase. And so, we're, it's built as a 12-month kind of plan, but we are doing things every single month, obviously. It just kind of lays out a 12-month strategy here. But at this price point, I'm 100% confident, and I would 100% guarantee that no other company, not the big ones, the smaller ones, can have a product like this right now, live and delivering this much value and deliverables every single month for this price point. It's ridiculous. I trimmed our margins way down to as low as I could get them. We are leveraging AI in some of these, in some of this. Some of this is definitely still human labor. Some of this is third-party subscriptions. And so I literally pro forma this out. I've got it dialed into a very slim margin for us, but still a margin where we can deliver this and still make a small profit. And the agencies are now armed to go out and do, this is like an acquisition product. Like, go to your market and acquire clients at $497 to $697 a month with this product. This product right now, it's in my testimonial. I currently have an agency selling basically these deliverables for $3,000 a month to the restoration niche. So this package of deliverables is easily sold for $1,500 a month. That's like the low end. But if you go into the market sub $1,000, you will definitely start to acquire clients, because it'll be a disruptor in your niche or industry or market audience. So anyway, that's a quick example of location pages. You want to have unique content. You want to have, I like the Google API stuff, but if you want to manually do that and build those yourselves, bring in the points of interest, the weather, neighborhoods, all that stuff is just do a search for the city and state, and Google will give you all of that information. And that's all the authoritative information that is unique to that city. You want to bring a lot of that information in and then link it right back out to those particular links, or even the search result page for that city.
Can I just say, personally, the way we used to use it for a lot of years is, say you're trying to, rank for a major city like Houston. I'm just throwing Houston out there. Well, chances are, it's going to probably be, regardless of which niche you're in, relatively cutthroat and competitive. And so a lot of how we like to build the little location pages, and I'm assuming that's what you're doing as well, but just clarifying for our folks, is just all the little tiny suburbs, right? There's probably 20, 30, 40, 50 little suburbs that are all within a short drive of where that business operates. And so, sometimes you may not be able to rank for dentist Houston so easily, but you can rank for, dentist suburb and own 20 little suburbs and be the big fish in a small pond times 20 ponds, instead of trying to go directly after the most competitive, most difficult, where probably all the competition is. So I don't know if you're doing the same kind of thing.
Yeah, here, what I'll do is I'll share my screen again. We'll use this mobile detail doctor example here. So this happened to actually be my son's detail company that he has now sold. So at 21 years old, he sold his first company, which is pretty cool. He was originally up in Wake Forest. That was where the kind of original GBP listing was, where the original website was launched, kind of out of as far as location goes. And so if you look at this whole area here, like, so this is where they were centered, but obviously you've got a much larger metro market here. And then, like Frankie was just saying, you've got all these like individual neighborhoods and areas that we'll call that the service area, right? And he did have a service area that was kind of like within like kind of this like oval here, right? And so all these different cities, so there's Nightdale, right? So if you go over here to their page, yeah, don't they have Nightdale in there? Well, they didn't go after Nightdale. Okay, so there's Clayton, there's Roseville, there's all these are, So if we do, let's do Zebulon for instance. So mobile detailing Zebulon, right? This is just like what Frankie was just saying.
Can I just say Zebulon sounds, that word, like that name sounds like it should be like a Star Wars kind of planet.
Right.
Like we're going to Zebulon today.
Right. There's that location page ranking #1. Okay. Yeah. I could go through the list of cities, and almost all these are like in the #1 spot.
Yeah.
And so,
so in your case, like going for Raleigh directly, can probably be done, but it's a 6 to 12 month journey, as where these detailing pages across 20 suburbs can often be ranked in 30 days, kind of thing, sometimes less.
So the big city,
especially if nobody else is really building them. Yeah, exactly.
There it is. Okay, so it's still, not in the number on the first page, and the GBP listing is in the #3 spot, right? And so what we helped him do was actually create a second GBP listing, which is the Raleigh location. I actually still manage his profile. I don't even know why. I need to be removed probably, but anyway, yeah. I mean, so these location pages are very, very effective, especially when you combine it then with. So once the static page is created, okay. Now what we do is we run blog articles and PRs simultaneously every single month to any of these locations that we really want to rank for. I mean, sometimes it only takes one like blog article and PR combination, and boom, the page just pops, right? Sometimes it takes 3, 4, 5 months of that. But as you build authority to these pages, and if these pages are built right and are linked properly to the GBP listing, you have a map embed, you have the location information that we showed you, then these pages are really helpful, and they become authoritative pretty quickly, especially when you start to do like blog article PR combos to these pages, meaning you run your do follow links specifically to these pages month over month to build its authority until it pops and it ranks. And usually when it pops and it ranks, it brings the GBP listing with it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the expected and desired outcome. If it's so that's why on all these pages you want to have the GBP listing, embedded. And don't use the normal. Since I'm still a manager here, let's go to this one.
But I can just say, like, as a kind of reiterating, as a potential consumer, like looking for a detailing company, if they see you in the GBP and you have good reviews, and they see you in the organic listings, there's a multiplier effect.
For sure.
These guys must be the best. Because most people don't know like SEO. They don't know, like, they're not in our world creating and ranking websites. They assume if they see you twice, it's because you're the best, not because you're the best at SEO.
I know we're running up against time here. We got a few more minutes left. So I want to show you guys to make sure that you're using the proper embed code, okay? Because if we go to... So first of all, what most people are using when they use the embed code is they go to the GBP listing, and then they go to share, and then, well, they used to give you the embed code. Maybe they stopped doing that now. I might be my interface, whatever. Usually you get the embed code option here too, and that's where people will go to share. Now, whether it's gone now or it still exists, I don't know. But the right way to use the new map that you want to embed on everywhere, whether it's in your blog articles, in your footer on your website, inside your press releases, if you're using Signal Genesis, anything like that, you want to go to this tile right here. When you have to be the manager of the GBP listing, you need to go add a map to your website. Okay, try it now. If you don't have a Google Cloud Console account with an active credit card, it's going to prompt you to do that first. So I've already got one, so it's kind of brought me right into this build a quick map. Okay, you just build this quick map. It can be, if it's a one location business, then just use basic or maybe intermediate. And then you go next and you add the location, and you would import, if you're signed into your GBP, Gmail, Google account, it'll just import, it'll bring in all the options for all of your GBP listings that you manage under that account that you're signed into. And then you can pick one or multiple. If you want to build a multiple map, you pick the one location. We'll just pick that one, confirm location, and then you get this, code, right? Embed on your site. And there's your code. Okay. Now, when this code loads within a page, it's going to call the Google API to load that GBP listing map. Okay. Much like what Signal Genesis does inside our direct integration. So that's the map that you want to use when you're going to embed that map on the location pages, and it should be in the footer, especially if it's a single location company. So that's the map that you actually want to use, okay? And make sure that you are doing that, because that is a much more powerful map integration than the old just standard share embed code, okay? So.
And can we just add, by the way, that that was like a mobile detailer, so they have a service area, and you still set it up as an address because it's just better for rankings. Can we just throw that in there?
Yeah, good insight. You picked up on that. Yeah. It is the quantifiable advantage to companies that have their address shown on their GBP listing instead of having it hidden like an SAB or service area business. And so Google affirms or would confirm that there is no difference. There is no advantage one way or the other. The reality on the street is that's false. There is an advantage to showing your address. There are specific searches that you're not going to see that GBP listing show up on, even if it's ranking. It's kind of a weird way that SABs just sometimes show inside Google searches. So there's no doubt that if you are a service area business and you're hiding your address because you're using your home, which is the usual use case, then you're at a disadvantage to ranking that your listing over the competitor who's got a commercial location and is showing their address as a place where customers could at least come if they wanted to. Now, a mobile detailer, to your point.
And that's even true for businesses where nobody ever walks into your location.
Yeah, it's a mobile detailing business, meaning we come to you, but even mobile businesses like HVACs, I mean, you always go to the customer's house. They don't ever come to you.
Yeah.
But, so you could easily say, I don't even need this. I just need a service area business profile. I don't need to show my address. No one ever comes to me. But if you have a commercial location where you have your fleet of HVAC, vans, and your employees come to work every day, and you show your address, you will absolutely rank better than those smaller HVAC companies who are using their home address because they only have one van that's parked in their home driveway every night when they get off of work.
Yeah. I like it, my dude. We're coming up on time here.
Yep.
So maybe we could just let folks know one more time if they want to get that 277 deal. Because I personally think that is a smoking deal to have like a competent white label partner in your corner and still leave a lot of meat on the bone for you to make money. As Lane mentioned, you could easily put a 1 in front of that, charge $1,300 a month, and essentially get paid $1,000 a month to really just deliver a report and a couple of client updates.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the wrong one. Who's stealing our brand?
I gotta go though, homie. So maybe you could.
All right. If you guys want to go to our, you can check out our replay from last week if you want to get all the details on this product, and go to our website, and it's right up here under White Label Solutions. Go to Quantum SEO, and that's where our product is. Hope you all have a great day. Have a good one. See you.